September 2018 episode of Out of the Vault. If you are new to my channel, welcome. It is a pleasure to have you, especially when we talk about the magic of Disney. And today we're going to talk about a truly outstanding film in the world of Pixar. We're going to be talking about the 9th Pixar film from 2008 about that lovable robot from the future, WALL-E. So this was a very interesting Pixar film as there was so much history behind it, but along with that, the landmark and the breakthrough moments that this film achieved in all of Disney magic. This character WALL-E was one that was discussed with John Lasseter, Pete Docter, Joe Ranft, and Andrew Stanton at a little lunch when Pixar was still starting out and they were coming up with so many ideas for future films from Pixar. They included Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Finding Nemo, and Monsters, Inc. But WALL-E was actually one of the first characters that came to their minds, and yet it took them so long to finally get this movie off the ground. This movie not only won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature in 2009, but it was the first Disney Pixar film to actually include live-action characters. It was also the first Pixar film to include a very important message, as well as the fact that this movie has next to no dialogue for a very big portion of the beginning of this film. And there was a lot of people that were nervous about this. Were kids going to enjoy it? Were people actually going to find it boring or entertaining? What exactly was going to happen when this movie hit the big screen? Well, I am just going to tell you that every single time I see this film, it gets better every single time. There is just something about this brilliant film that captures my mind and my imagination, and every single time I watch it, I feel more inspired, and I admire the geniuses of Pixar for actually taking a risk to make a film like WALL-E. It is beautiful to watch. The details in the animation are unbelievable. Even when you take a look at the characters WALL-E and Eve, the gears turning, the sockets bending, all of the intricacies of the technology within these robots, especially when you take a look at one that is so old-fashioned like WALL-E and one that is so modern and complex like Eve. It is just amazing to see how all of their inner workings work right in front of you, not to mention all of the other robots that you see in this film. There's also a beautiful score from Thomas Newman. As far as I'm concerned, one of the best scores in all of Pixar's history, especially the song Define Dancing when you see WALL-E and Eve just floating in the vacuum of space. It is just beautiful to watch, and the music just gives it that extra dimension. There's also Fred Willard in this film, and Jeff Garlin. There's also a lot of homages to a lot of movies in the history of film that involved what happens in regards to the downsides of technology. Especially if you're a film fan like me, you could see a ton of influence of 2001: A Space Odyssey. But also, for someone who really doesn't appreciate when movies are very preachy, I have to say that this one is, while sending a message, something that really gives me a more sympathetic and a more inspirational attitude rather than a forceful waving a finger preachy attitude. There's talks about the obesity crisis, laziness, dependence on technology, and of course, the environment. But the reason why it's so easy to understand and so tolerable is because while there's a lot of danger in it, they also do show the lightheartedness and the benefits of all of these things as well. And more importantly, the enthusiasm of utilizing the technology to make good and breed more life and, of course, do things that are more healthier for the environment. I definitely will recommend WALL-E to my fullest extent. It is still one of the best Pixar films in the library. At this point in time, I would put it in my top 5. I still feel that there are a couple that are a little bit better than WALL-E, but it's just such an adorable, inspirational, and just a masterpiece of a watch. You have to see WALL-E if you haven't, but most people in this world, if they are Disney and Pixar fans, I'm pretty certain that you already have. But if you haven't, give it a shot. It's so different, it is so inspirational, and I think that you will just have a fantastic time as you will be awestruck with what you watch and what you gain. So I am going to be giving WALL-E a solid 4 stars out of 4. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below, and let's discuss WALL-E, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.